And flatten those palms down and come to a cat and cow prep position. Here, we want to make sure our index fingers are parallel. All the other fingers don't matter as much, but those two fingers should be parallel under your shoulders. You have your knees under your hips, and you have a neutral spine. Elongate your neck, and with each inhale, you look up for cow, and then arch for cat. And do that a few times in your own pace, waking up your spine. Next time you come into cow, neutralize your spine once again. And we're going to bring the right arm forward. Make sure your spine is still neutral. And I'll do this sideways. And then you're going to bring your left foot back. Your neck stays long. Your shoulders are down. And your left hand is directly under your shoulder. Square your hips. The hips aren't opening up, and your foot is flexed. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And bring it down. Great. Let's adjust our index fingers again. Micro adjustments on the knees so that they're directly under the hips. And we'll take the left arm up. Our shoulders are aligned and down. And we get ready to strengthen the abs so we can lift the right leg back, like we are kicking a wall in the back. The foot is flexed, but the hips are squared. They're not opening up. Strengthen the shoulder like a pillar. Push those glutes up. 2 more breaths here. And take it down. Great. And from here, we're going to push with the hands towards the mat and lift our knees up for our first downward dog of the day. Be gentle on your knees. Keep them bent. Loosen the neck. Make sure it's got no stress on it, and you can move your hips around. Do what feels comfortable here in your first downward dog. Pedal your feet. Do what feels most comfortable. And from here, you can bring your hands forward for your first plank pose of the day. Here we remember the neutral spine. Our index fingers are parallel. Our toes are helping us, but not too much on the ground. And as we roll on our toes forward and get ready to do our first chaturanga dandasana, our first push up and upward dog. Look up. From here, go back into downward dog. In your downward dog, you're going to lift your right foot forward and bring it in to the nose. Kick it back. Right foot forward to the nose. Kick it back. And let's do that 6 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 6th time, kick it forward for a runner's lunge. Stay here, tense your fingers around your legs. Strengthen so that both legs are pushing towards each other. There's tension and there's strength in that tension. Look forward as you get ready to get up with your arms reaching back. Your neck is long. Your knees are directly above your ankles. You're aiming for a 90-degree angle on your front leg. And your head is pulling forward. Bring that left arm down next to the foot and make a twist to the right. Take 2 breaths here. Bring your arm down, kick the foot back to downward dog. On your next inhale, you can hop, skip, or jump to the front of the mat. For your first forward fold, you can ragdoll your arms here. Just make sure you have a micro bend on your knees. Take a few deep breaths here. And inhale, bring your arms up, halfway lift. Come down, intensify that forward fold. Inhale all the way up, circle sweep, and bring your palms together. From here, we're going to move into tree pose. So you're going to put your weight on your left leg, and you're going to bring the right leg on the inside of that left leg, wherever it serves you best. You may be on the floor here, or it may be higher up. You just don't want it over the knee. Make sure your hips are staying square, and you can have your hands in a multitude of ways to better help your balance, depending on how ambitious you are feeling today and how solid your tree is feeling today. Two more breaths here. Strengthen those small muscles in the ankles. Have some beautiful trees here in the room with me. All right, and let's bring it down, and let's take it to an even spine between both sides, and then slowly start to bring the weight onto the right leg. Rotate that left leg open, and then place that foot where it serves you best. It can be low, close to the floor, or higher up. Arms may be more helpful here, or a challenge may be more helpful to you today. Explore. We are still taking deep breaths here. Our abs are completely engaged. And come down. We're at the front of the mat. And we'll circle sweep our arms up, look up, Come all the way down. Halfway lift. Hop, skip, jump, or walk back to plank. Here you can take this plank on your knees, or you can do it with your knees off the ground. Just remember to have your hands directly under your shoulders. I'm going to stay here for 2 more breaths. Chaturanga Dandasana, roll forward, push-up position all the way down, look up, upward dog, flip your feet, open your throat, look up, flip your feet, downward dog. Great. Let's take the left foot up, and let's bring that foot to the nose for those 8 times again. So do it at your own pace. I'll be counting. 7, 6, 3 more. At your last one, you're going to step it forward. Here we go, and we're getting ready for our runner's lunge. So tent your fingers first. Make sure your neck is long. Your foot is directly under your knee. Engage your abs and lift up. My back foot is only my toes are on the ground. And my arms are going back, but I feel like there's a string pulling in the middle of my head here forward. That's the neutral spine that I want. There's a lot of tension between my legs. They're as if they want to go together. And here we're going to bring that right hand down and make a twist to the left. Again, make sure you have this knee directly above this ankle and not forward. Great, 1 more breath here. Bring your hands down to a plank and your legs back for a plank position. Chaturanga Dandasana, push-up position, upward dog, downward dog. Let's relax here. In our downward dog, try to find comfort here. Bring your heels down. And let's take this time to do a spinal twist. So you'll take your right hand and take it to the outside of your left foot. You're going to twist to the left. Make sure you're really twisting from the bottom of your spine. The neck is the last to go. And let's go back to center. Now the left hand on the outside of the right foot. The last movement is the neck, trying to look up. Okay, come back. And you can hop, skip, jump, or walk to the front of the mat. And let's do another forward fold here. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Circle sweep arms all the way up as we get ready to do our chair. So here you can have 2 fists between your feet, or you can have them together. That's a personal preference. And your arms as well. You can do with them whatever you choose. We're going to do some chair dips. So let's sit in our chair. Don't go to your maximum just yet. Make sure this is comfortable. Make sure you can see your toes. That will mean that your knees are positioned correctly. And from here, we're going to dip lower with your arms down and go all the way up. If you can lift your heels, great. If you can't, just lift your arms up. And when you go down, you go to your max. When you go up, you tighten your glutes. Let's do 3 more here. Great. And from here, you'll step your foot back. And we're going to get ready to do some dips. So this will also go to that same warrior 2, 90 degrees, and only the back knee will dip. And from here, you can do this, or you can do whatever you would like with your hands. Inhale, exhale. 3 more. You got it. Let it shake. Great. And here you're going to twist so that all your toes are facing the same direction as we prepare for our goddess. So your toes are just slightly facing outward as you get ready to get low on that goddess. So we're just going to get down. Again, we don't want the knee to be over the toes. Okay, so it's this or higher. And here you can have your arms wherever you'd like them. I like to take this goalpost arms because it helps me do a slight back bend, but that's up to you. And we're just going to stay here. We're going to try to find comfort in this challenge. Let's do 2 more breaths here. And straighten your knees and take that wide-legged forward fold here. If you have blocks, this is a great time to use your blocks. Have your hands on them and open your shoulders. If not, you can go as high or as low as you would like. Just remember to hinge at the hips and to have enough distance between your feet. Good. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your right foot and you're going to make it face forward, the back of the mat, and for the people in the room. And then you're going to start hinging here and get ready to do a half moon. Right? So I'll walk you through that again. My foot is forward. I start putting more and more weight on it until you can use a water bottle, a block to support you here so you have more height. My foot, this one, is facing forward. This is such a fun balancing pose. And if you fall, you get back in. All right, let's go back to our wide-legged pose and do that on the other side. Again, I have my foot facing all the way to the left, and slowly I'm putting weight. I'm playing with putting weight on that left leg, and then I feel like, okay, I can do that, and then I swing it. And you can have any sort of object holding you here on the left hand. That's going to be helpful. I don't have anything here, but I'll show you. With a water bottle, you can totally still find some support, and this allows you to open up the chest a lot better. Great. Now let's get back to our wide-legged pose, and we still have to do those dips on the other side. So I have my right foot forward now, my left foot back, and let's do those lunge dips. This front leg is already in a warrior two sort of fold, so it's 90 degrees, and what's gonna really bend down, up and down, is the back leg, okay? Make sure your abs are strong, and we're gonna do those abs with arms. Amy, this isn't working. 3 more, 3 more dips. Sorry guys. And let's frame our front foot and bring that right foot right back into a plank position. And let's stay in that plank. Here, we're going to be prepping towards a dolphin pose today. So let's take this plank to our elbows. Our elbows, like our index fingers, should be 100% parallel. And that's going to help support the shoulders. And as you prepare for dolphin poses or other inversions. So let's take this plank for another 5 breaths. Hang in there. Bring your spine, your abs towards your spine. Slow your heart rate with long, deep breaths. Great. And now let's bring it back to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Push-up position. Upward dog. And downward facing dog. How are you feeling here in the room? Good? All right, so bring your right leg up, and let's bring it forward for warrior one. Your back foot is fully on the ground. Your front foot, you have 90 degrees, and you're aiming for your hips to actually be facing the front. So if you need a little more distance here, that's okay, because what you really want is this facing the front. Your arms are up and over your ears. Your abs are strong. And with every exhale, you're aiming to get closer to that 90 degrees on the front leg. And on your exhale, we'll open to warrior two. Here, the foot opens up slightly, the back foot. We're aiming for this again at 90 degrees, but your shoulders are down. Let's relax our shoulders here. Yeah, good. And what you want here is to feel your hips. Put your hands on your hip bones with your flat palms. This will tell you where your hips are facing. You want this to always be straight in warrior two, even if you have to be higher, right? You don't want this. You want this to be straight. And here, we breathe and we look towards the right. Our necks are relaxed. Bring your right palm forward, and let's reverse our warrior. The legs are the same. They stay as they were. And bring it down. Side angle. You have your right arm on your knee and your left arm up, and you're looking up, but that's the last thing that happens. Frame your front of your body with your arms. Kick that right foot back. Take it to downward facing dog directly. Take a couple deep breaths here. We're going to get ready for another chaturanga. If you need to have your knees on the ground, that's okay. I will do that this time so people can see. So get ready for your push-up position. You're rolling forward. You go all the way down. Upward dog. You flip your feet and you look all the way up. Then you flip your feet again. Downward dog, and your neck is so relaxed that your forehead could touch the mat if your neck is relaxed enough and you have enough opening. So that's the movement you want to create. That's the space you want to create in the shoulders with downward dog. All right. Now I forgot. Oh yeah, the left foot kicks forward. Sorry guys. And the back foot prepares for warrior one. We have warrior one on the right side. We want our hips again facing forward. Our arms are up and we are looking slightly up. And we have that gentle fold in the front leg. If you need more distance between your feet, that might be helpful here. And then you get ready for your warrior two. And here you want 90 degrees in the front. Check your hips again. See where they like to go for this pose. And make sure you make adjustments so that they're squared. And look towards the left. Your shoulders are down. Your right arm and your left arm are on the same height. And then you're going to flip that front palm and reverse your warrior. The legs stay as they were. Take another breath. And with the exhale, let's go into side angle. Reach your arms up. Great. Now bring your hands down. Bring your feet back. Let's do a final chaturanga. Roll on your toes. And let's go slowly down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way down. Here, we're going to do some back strengtheners. And get ready for a skydiver position. So my arms are in the goalpost position, both of them. And my legs, I'm going to have them bent at the knee, both of them, like a skydiver would. And we're going to go up and hold for a few seconds up there. Okay, so exhale. Let's stay here for just another couple breaths. And up. Here, my legs aren't completely open. They're somewhat parallel. My chest, I'm doing my best to keep it off the ground, but my neck is neutral. Hold. See if you can take your glutes higher. And let's take it down. And we're going to do that one more time. On the third exhale. Let's go up. And you're pushing as if there was a wall here. So there's really some strength on your shins. And try to get higher if you can. But keep your breath smooth and bring it down. Let's bring our right foot back towards the glutes. Grab that right foot if you can with one arm, one hand if you can with both hands. And let's stay here. And what you're going to do is try to lift the top part of that front part of your right leg off the ground. So, ready, up. And you want your weight to be on the front part of your body and on your right hip. But your right leg, you'll try to get that off the ground. And let it go. And let's try that stretch on the other side. Grab your left foot with one hand, with two hands, with a belt. I love using belts for these stretches. And on your inhale, you're going to try to lift that front part of the left leg up off the ground. Your abs are completely engaged. Yeah. Great. One more breath. And let it go. Windshield wipe your legs. As we get ready to do some ab work. So what we're going to do is go on our backs. And we're just going to actually sit up. We're just going to get ready for our boat pose. So I'm going to do it sideways for these guys. Yeah. So you have your butt on the ground. Your heels are on the ground. And put your hands behind your knees. Grab a hold of that and make sure that that helps you elongate your spine. Your spine is completely elongated for this posture, and that's really what's most important rather than where you can get your feet. Okay, I'm elongated. Once this is already happening on the upper body, I can play around with lifting that foot off the ground or those feet off the ground, and with eventually getting my hands off from assisting me as well. But you can keep them behind the knees. And what you want to do is open the chest with every exhale. Open the chest. So you're not curling up from the strength of the abs. The abs are strong and your chest is projecting forward. Open the chest. Yes. Let's do 3 more breaths here. We're doing great. One more. Excellent, excellent work. And we're going to open our legs, straddle, and this will help us balance some of that work. Here we're going to do a very gentle forward bend. You can bring your hands to the ground, tent your hands. Your head can be on a block. Good. If you remove the flesh from under your butt and you help, that will help you bend even more and get more centered in this pose. Bend forward. Make sure you're hinging at the hip. And slowly, let's walk our hands to the right foot. And you can fold that other leg now. Fold that left leg in. And let's go down towards our right foot and right knee. You may not get very far here, or you may. All that matters is that it's comfortable and challenging enough for you. And you will notice a difference between your legs as well. One more deepening breath. And let's open the legs, walk to center, and walk to the left leg. Bring the right leg in so it's more comfortable. Make sure your hips are again facing that left leg before you bring yourself down. This is great. Good. And from here, I want to take you into dolphin pose, which is such a good, underrated pose in my opinion. And it's so good for strengthening the abs. So you're going to have your elbows directly under the shoulder. Everything that we talked about, the index fingers are parallel and really strong on the ground, and that's why I'm emphasizing this here. Once you feel like that's extremely solid, like your forearms and arms are pillars here, then you're going to lift your knees off the ground. And therefore, your neck is relaxed because the hands are pushing up against the mat. So is the elbow. That's bringing you all the strength. Your neck, you can even move your head around to make sure that you are relaxed there. Your shoulders are moving towards the back of the room. Your chest is moving towards your legs. But your legs are now going to start walking towards your chest. And that's really the tension that creates the ab strength in this pose. So you have that massive push from the arms and from the elbows towards the back of the room. And then you have your massive legs walking your body, walking themselves forward towards the abs and towards the chest. And that's really what brings the strength to this pose. Let's breathe here. And let it go. Let's go into child's pose after that. Relax in child's pose. Take a drink of water if you need, now or any other time. Good. And we're going to repeat that one more time. This time, you're gonna pay more attention to what your legs are doing. So let's take another couple breaths. Start getting your forearms ready. Your index fingers parallel. Your elbows and forearms are parallel. Your shoulders are engaged and they're directly already under the elbows are under the shoulders. And once I feel that solidity, then I'm going to lift my knees off the ground and then straighten them. So here, there you can have a micro bend, but your legs are essentially straight. Imagine someone's pulling you with a string right where your hips are, and they're pulling towards the ceiling. Right? If someone took a belt right in front of your hips and pulled it up, that's how much you want your body to be going up. In the legs, if you can take a micro step with each one of your feet, you're going to see the power of this pose and why it's so hard to take each micro step and eventually get into an inversion. There's so much work in the rhomboids and under the armpits and all of that area that we often forget to put work into. And let's stay here and bring it down to our knees. From here, we're going to take pigeon. So you can take pigeon on your back if you prefer. I'm going to be doing it the traditional way here. So you can have your right foot here forward. You want this to be straight, ideally, but doesn't have to be. If you need boosters, you want boosters under your crotch, essentially, and you want that angle because you want your hips to be square. That's why you want to have some support under here. If that's not possible, then you stay here, high up. If this is comfortable enough for you and you want to take it down to the forearms. And if this is comfortable, you can bring it down to the ground. Two more breaths. And this is a pose we have to be gentle getting in and out of. Bring your arms up so that they're now supporting you. So you can swing that leg back. Bring it back to child's pose so we can even out that spine. You can swing from side to side. Whatever is comfortable for you after pigeon. And then slowly get back up. Left foot comes forward. Left knee is creating, and the shin are creating a parallel line to the back of the mat. And you create whatever adjustments you need so that your hips are squared. Tent your arms if you have to so that your shoulders stay down. One more breath. And bring it back. And we're going to still be with our bellies to the ground. And we're going to do not skydiver again, but a full bow pose now. So here you can have a belt around your feet if that's easier for you to grab your feet here. This may give you more flexibility. So what you're going to do is you have your feet facing the ceiling, and then you're going to grab the outsides of your ankles. Your chest is forward. Your neck is relaxed, but you're looking up. And on your inhale, you're going to bring it up. Yep. Make sure you're bringing your legs as if you have a tennis ball between your legs and you're still holding on to it. Right? That's the movement the legs need to be making. They need to be going in and not out. One more up and let it go. We're going to do that one more time. Okay, so grab the outsides of your ankles. And the legs are parallel here. This is a good moment to prepare. Make sure your legs are already parallel and not opening up. And with the exhale, you're gonna open up and go up. Open your chest, flex your feet. They're going up and they're flexed, and there's a lot of strength. They're really pulling on your arm. Good, one more. And let it go. Great. Let your feet go. We're gonna go onto our backs. And we're gonna get ready to do a bridge pose. You have your arms alongside your body. Your feet are directly under your knees. Same concept. You want your legs to stay parallel and not open up. That's more dangerous for the knees. So with an exhale, we're going to lift our hips off the ground. Glutes are really strong. Shoulders are parallel. They may even get to be under you. Your throat is open, so you're not contriving the neck. And it's really the toes that are parallel that are pushing up the whole body. And breathe here. And slowly let it go. And bring your knees towards the chest and give yourself a hug. And swing side to side. Before we get ready to do that one more time. Your heels are directly under the knees. Your arms are strong alongside you. And with the exhale, you're going to push up. Pretend someone's pulling you with a belt right on your hips, and they're pulling towards your chest and up. That's the movement you want your body to be moving and striving towards. If your hands can meet each other under you, all the better. But that's not required. You can also use a belt for that here. Great, and let it go. And we're going to do just a sequence of bicycle here. I know there are some people who like abs in the room. So you're just going to bring your knees up, your shoulders, your hands are right in your occipital region. Pretend you have an orange on your neck, just under your chin, because that'll keep your alignment correct. And you're going to take your left elbow to your right leg and vice versa. Make sure you're not bringing that knee in. It's the torso that's going up, not the knee that's coming in, which is how we typically tend to do this. And if you can't go up that much, that's okay too. Let's do 10 more of these. 10, 9, 5 more. 1, and relax. Butterfly your legs. Take this time to take a break. Open your hips. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And we're going to do one more set of those bicycles. So lift your knees up. They're 90 degrees, and they stay there. They only kick forward, but they don't come back past that 90-degree line. So let's get started. 1. Control your breath. 10. Good job. Here, swing your arms side to side. Swing your legs side to side, I mean. Take some deep breaths. You can tee your arms here and bring your legs to the right side. They can be folded up, they can be straight. As long as the left shoulder is on the ground and you're looking towards the left. And let's slowly get back to center and do the same thing on the left side. Great, and bring it back to center. We're gonna bring it seated so we can do a final twist. So we're going to have, let me face these guys. You can have the left leg straight or folded under, whatever you prefer. The right leg over the left. You're going to take the left arm and we're going to go to the right here. So you want to use the elbow as leverage against that knee. The right hand is in the back. It may be tented or flat. Tented, you may get a little more strength to make a twist. And the last thing to turn is the neck. Close your eyes. And with each exhale, you're deepening the twist. And with each inhale, you're lengthening the spine as if someone's pulling you by a string from the top of your head. Your spine is straight here. Let's bring it forward. And here, we'll take this very simple but lovely forward fold. Again, we're lifting up from the hip, and then we hinge. So make sure you lift up. Let's have our arms up. Hinge, and that's what folds. Our toes are getting outwardly rotated. So you're really putting pressure on the big toe so that your feet are rotating in the right direction and helping strengthen the pose. This is a lovely pose to do with a belt or a t-shirt or whatever you can use to pull yourself down while maintaining your spine straight. Which is great. 2 more breaths. Intensify this stretch. Keep your feet flexed. Keep your sitting bones on the ground. Good. And inhale, come all the way up. And let's prepare for that lovely twist on the other side. Left foot goes over. You may or may not want to have this leg in. It's a little more challenging. You have your right arm up now, and you will twist first, and then you use this leverage here. This hand can be tented to increase that tensile strength on your twist. Remember, the right foot is flexed, and it's strong as well. And with each inhale, we lengthen the spine like someone's pulling us. And we stay straight in amid all these twists. The spine stays upward. And let's bring it all the way down. And let's bring it down to our mat. We're going to do a waterfall and then our final Shavasana. So you can, what? Okay. So while we're here, let's take a few deep breaths. Rotate our knees in and out. We did a lot of hip work today. And holding the outside of our feet, we're gonna do happy baby. It's just such a lovely pose. Side to side. And bring your feet and your hands up, letting all the blood flow back to your body. This is a great substitute to a typical inversion. And from here, bring your feet down, butterfly your feet so that your hips are open. Stretch your arms all the way up above your head. Your shoulders are still rotating down, even though your arms are moving up. Your hips are effortlessly opening, and your knees are heavy. And now we get ready for our final Shavasana. You get as comfortable as you can possibly be. If you have a sweater around, I usually like to put on a sweater, something warm, and something to cover my eyes. This is a moment where we feast on the work that was done. So make sure you drink some water. We're going to be here for a couple minutes as we close out our practice. Take a few deep belly breaths. And slowly allow your breath to get back into a normal wave and let go. slowly start wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers, waking up your senses, rotating your feet and your hands around your wrists. Slowly start making some natural movements with your legs that feel good for you. Notice whether you feel different from how you felt in the beginning of class. And slowly bring your body to the right side. Let the right side get flushed. And get into your fetal position as you get ready to restart your day. Slowly open your eyes. Make movements that feel good for you. Help yourself. You can stay lying down or you can help yourself sit all the way up in a comfortable seated position of your choice, crisscross or lotus with the leg that you're not really used to. Hands where they serve you. And I just want to thank everybody who was in the room with me today and everybody who's online. It has been a pleasure being here with you. And we're going to close with the sound of Om. So let's bring our hands together. A cleansing breath followed by the sound of Om. First, a cleansing breath. All that I am bows to all that you are. Namaste. Thank you.